Okay, I can see we're live.
Great. Great. Right, so good morning, everybody. Good morning, Sam.
Hi, morning.
How are you today?
Very well, thank you. Yourself?
Really good, really good. So everybody, welcome to day 33 of our Vine Health updates. The whole point of our updates is to help you survive this pandemic period and to help you thrive, not just survive. Today, as you know, is Money Friday, because our Fridays are dedicated to talking about money, how we can build our wealth, how we can thrive during this period despite the challenges. And I've got a very well qualified person to help me today, which is Sam Onigbanjo. Introduce yourself to everyone.
Hi everyone, my name is Sam Onigbanjo, CEO of Great Business Platforms. We're a digital marketing agency and we're heavily involved in wealth creation.
Wonderful. That's really nice and succinct. That's like an elevator pitch, isn't it? I remember your elevator pitch all that time ago. So that's really wonderful. So firstly, I'm just going to give a quick update because we normally give really quick updates on Vine Health on our daily videos. So, and then we'll come and talk about money and all things money. So like we all know, the last 24 hours, different things have happened. I keep an eye on the news, and I say to you, please don't spend your day watching the news all day because that will depress you and it will affect your mental health. Just know the basics. And I just watch 1 hour of it for you every day so that you don't have to. So in the UK, obviously, we've had a few more, plenty more deaths, and it's really sad and our hearts go out to the family. So we've had an extra 861 deaths up until yesterday at 5 o'clock, bringing our total to just under 14,000, which is not great. But we think we have hit the peak because the number of new cases are getting less. Also in America is really bad, unfortunately. But despite all of this news, the governments that are really disciplined have started to plan the exit strategy from this pandemic, meaning that you need to plan your own exit strategy as well. So do you have an exit strategy? And if you don't have one, then you should be watching this today because we're going to talk about money and finances and what we should be doing. Sam, please come in here and give me some of your views about what's going on.
First and foremost, we speak about a strategy to exit this, which is really important. And every time I listen to the news, I don't just think about what they're saying. I think about what this means to me. If a government are putting together an exit strategy, what is my exit strategy? If people are doing things, you always try and emulate, as in what can I learn from this and how can I apply it to my life, my business? So as we as individuals are leaving this, are we going to go back to work as normal? Are there going to be jobs there? Some people are going to be sacked. What happened to children? What is your exit strategy? And I think what really ties most people to work is money. The reason why you go to work is because you have money. If you won the lottery, you wouldn't go there anymore. Or if you had another stream of income that could sustain you and your family, and you were guaranteed and you were comfortable and you were not anxious about anything, you would stay there. Because face it, being financially stable and being mentally sound are very aligned. One of the huge things that causes disruptions in society is money. Children say, I want this, can I have more money? Go away. Wife says she wants this, go away. Your dog says he wants it, go away. So it's money. So we can't really ignore money. It's something that we have to master, we have to use as a tool. And as we go along in this conversation, I'm going to speak about some of the practical ways that we can actually engage and create streams of income, especially now that it's obvious that our normal way of going to create income, which is going out into public places, has been stopped. So we've got a COVID-19 out there, and we also have a law against social distancing, meaning that where you work is fine, your business address is fine, people want to buy, they want to sell, they want the services, but you're not allowed to go out there because there's an invisible virus that can kill and can spread. So for that reason, as employees or as business owners, we're being disrupted. But do we just sit down, cry and die, or do we innovate? And this is
to innovate, and I think this will help us innovate as well today. So we're going to innovate, but just before we go into all the tips and all the things you're going to share with us, as I always say, health is wealth. Wealth is also health. So yes, it's very important that you pay attention and you listen to everything we're going to talk about. In the past, I've asked, is this the right time to invest? Is this the right time to buy a property? What should you do? Should you save money? Some of our viewers have been let go by their employers, but they've been furloughed. So they've given some money. Some are self-employed, have no income at all. So we're going to sort of make sure that this time is tailored to everyone, and you'll be able to leave today with a tip of some sort. So we all know the exit strategy that the United Kingdom and the US have published. But now, what should we be doing? What's the one thing now, as we know that this lockdown period is coming to an end, what should we now be seriously doing?
Well, so from my point of view, I'm going to take it from a common sense point of view. So like we said, we all know that a month ago, your job was there, your income was there, but going back to work, there's 2 or 3 things that might happen. One, if companies don't have enough cash, they may not be able to sustain all their employees, which means some jobs are going to go as well. 2, some people are going to turn back and say, look, we can't even do this. The risk is too high. We don't want you in your job. But those things actually have an effect on your family. It's not your fault that there's COVID-19, but what is in your power to do is to take away the authority of your financial livelihood from an employer. You can actually part sack your employer or fully sack your employer. And by that, I mean, you can actually look at creating new streams of income. So I'm going to be
what kind of streams of income should we be creating now?
So let me be very, very practical and plain. So we can't go out because of COVID, right? Or social distancing. So everything we're going to do cannot be traditional, going to work, coming back, going to market, coming back. The only thing we can do is do it digitally, which is online, like this conversation. I mean, if there was no COVID, we might have met somewhere, had a cup of coffee and be doing this, but there's COVID, so we're doing it this way. And the benefits are almost practically the same. It's live, I can see you, talk to you, see your hair, see your dress, everything. So it's real time, right? So one of the first things that needs to happen is that we need to realize that life has been disrupted and we need to realign ourselves. There's a book I read many years ago called Who Moved My Cheese?
Right.
And it was about a couple of mice that used to wake up in the morning and go down a particular tunnel, and they used to see cheese there and they used to eat it every day and they were used to it. But slowly, bit by bit, that piece of cheese was moved away. Now, some mice thought, this is what we do. We go to work and we see our cheese there. And they kept on going till they died because there was no more cheese. But some other mice realized that, look, you know what? The cheese isn't there anymore. We need to change our way of thinking and go and look for cheese somewhere else. So what I'm subliminally saying is that this is like a warning. Jobs can go, employment can go if you rely solely on a traditional method. Where we've moved to now and what you need to recognize is the 4th industrial revolution, which is technology driven, which is online. And it's not for them, it's for you to partake in. So the question is, how can you partake in it?
That book you've said, please, we need the name and the title so that people can read it. Because I always say that knowledge is power. If you're not reading, you're not growing. So if you give us the name of that, if you can put it in the comment box for us so that people that like to read can check it out, that would be wonderful, Sam. Okay?
Fantastic. So you can buy it or you can get it on Audibles, but it's Who Moved My Cheese, and I'll try and look up the rest of it and put it in the comments.
Cheese, yes.
Today.
Comment box now. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So moving on now, there are 3 things that come to mind that are really easy, that the barriers to entry are almost non-existent, meaning things you can start today. So number 1, going digital. So as long as you've got the internet, you have a laptop or a phone, you can get online like this now, and you can start to do things. You can even imagine you can actually teach your competency on this. So you can actually have something like this and start to teach, and you can get paid, meaning you just create a payment link, put it in a comment box, people click on it, and they can keep on paying on what we call an automation, meaning if you charge people, I don't know, £30 or £10 or £1 a day or a month, this thing would take the money off them, and keep on taking it on repeat. You don't have to keep on chasing people. Where's your monthly subscription? This thing does it for you. It's an automation. So you embed an automation in a platform like this, you've got 2/3 of the digital funnel in place, because you want the people in, you want to put a database under it. All right, let me keep it simple. Let me keep it very, very simple.
Very simple, but who understand any of that?
Yes. All right. Let me keep it simple. So one, imagine you have a group of friends on your Facebook or Instagram or in your church or mosque or social group or football group. All these people daily, they drink water, they eat food, they use toothpaste. But the question is, who is making the profit from those things? It's not you if you're not selling it. But tell you what, if you had an Instagram page or a Facebook page or any page, and you were able to sell that same toothpaste or water a fraction cheaper than the high street guys, and each time you sold it, you made 10% on it, and you just sold it to your friends, that is a stream of income.
Okay, so having an online e-commerce platform to sell products that people need. And that brings me to vitamin D from Vine Health. Every time I come online, I talk to you all about vitamin D, because it's one of the only supplements that is evidence-based in healthcare.
Can I talk about it? Can I talk about that? Let me answer both. So vitamin D, your one, I've used it. So, but I'm going to reverse. People, you don't even have to be e-commerce savvy. You can just have a Facebook page or Instagram page. That's all. So forget that big word, e-commerce. With these pages, you can start to sell and you can start to put in payment links, number one. So be rest assured that is not a hard thing to do. It's simple, right? And we can show you how to do that. Number two, you see that vitamin? I remember, I think it was last year or the year before, Simi came up to me and she said, she brought these 4 things. Said, you have to buy this. What? Okay, what is it? And it was vitamin D and some other ones. And I thought, well, you know what? I'm a big supporter of business anyway. If you've got it, I've got you. Here's my money, take it away. And I just left it in the drawer. I didn't know what it was. And I think later I had another conversation with her and I said, look, this stuff you sold to me, why have you sold it? This, and I said, well, let me stop you there. I go to Holland & Barrett's and I buy these great multivitamins and they're great. So I don't know why I need yours, even though I'm happy to buy yours. And then she educated me. And this is what I remember she said. And if I'm wrong, please correct me.
Of course.
She said, Sam, the multivitamins you're using are fantastic from Holland & Barrett. However, as a person of color, you have more melanin in your skin, meaning I've got more pigments. I'm dark, I'm black. And for that reason, I need more vitamin D than the usual person, the Caucasian out there, because his skin pigment is different and he needs less. What they've made in Holland & Barrett is perfect, but it is suited to a Caucasian. Therefore, if I keep on using it, I will have insufficient amounts of vitamin D, which I should get from the sun, which I'm now finding out that is one of the things that is helping us and our immune system fight against COVID-19. So the moment I understood what she said, that her one had thousands more in it, I started to use it. And the interesting thing is that I remember the 3rd day I started to use it, I felt a surge of strength in my spine. I just felt a bit more agile. I could run a bit more. And then I called up my friends and I said, look, hey, stop all that rubbish. Take this, don't ask me questions, use it or die. And they're like, what? And they're like, all right. So I've got these friends that used it and all of them have felt more agile. So I want to say that whatever you put in that vitamin D, it works and we're loving it. So thank you very much for that.
Magic. But yeah, thanks for that support and show of confidence in that. So vitamin D is important. Everybody should take it. But our first way of making money and improving our wealth is online trading. So you're saying if you have a product, if you have an idea, set it on an online platform with your friends, with your community, be interdependent. Don't know that your friend is selling vitamin D or anything else, and then you go and buy from somewhere else, because you need to keep your money within your community as well as outside, but support other people's businesses. So that's one way. So what's the other way that we can start to talk about exit strategy?
Okay, so that's one way. And I need to say something else. That is for adults and teenagers. Right. It's really important. Those children at home are smarter than what you think. We have a teenage academy for entrepreneurship. Those kids, if you give them the insight, they've got the time, they will make these things work. So please don't underestimate your teenagers. They're very smart and they have a huge market. And if you observe them, you might look at your Instagram page and you have 200 followers or 500. They always have 10,000 because they are very social.
I wonder how they do it.
They've got a bigger market. So observe that your children there can aid you in creating another stream of income that becomes a family business. Don't underestimate it. It's very, very important. So that's one. Two, the next thing that I think is really important that we launched yesterday is online trading of Forex. So Forex, people have heard the word, but Forex really means trading cash, not physically. It's on an online platform. So once again, you don't have to go out into COVID-19, no disease, no sickness, no social distances in your house. So yesterday we launched our mastermind group with my business partner. I think we had over 20 people on there, and we started to teach them how to trade in the market that is worth $5.3 trillion a day. So Forex is the largest market in the world. You trade the US dollar against the pound versus the euro versus the yen. It goes round and people make a lot of money. And if you...
It's simple. So Forex is not stocks and shares, it's currency. And how can our audience learn about this?
Good. I think the first step for the curious mind is Google. Just put in Forex and dedicate an hour to actually looking at what's going on. And you quickly find out that it's where wealth is created. So let me be very specific. I hope you know that if you put £1,000 or £10,000 inside your bank account, that is not where banks make their money from. It's not from your deposits. Where they make their money from, where JP Morgan makes it, Goldman Sachs make their money from, is from trading Forex, right? So everyone that is getting richer does it through Forex, not through deposits and accounts. So they take your money, trade it and grow it. So if that's what the rich are doing and you want to be rich, you should model or copy. So observe what they're doing and do it on your level so that you can actually have similar cash flow. And if you're on my WhatsApp and you look at my status, it still might be there. I showed a trade where we made over $1,000 in less than 2 hours. So it's doable. It's not impossible. It's doable, but you just need to pay attention. So number one, go online, read about Forex. Number two, if you like this, send me a message and I will share with you some of the freebies we have. And if you're interested, would love to welcome you to our tribe. By tribe, I mean, there's my partner. He's a phenomenal Forex trader. I trade Forex as well. We will teach you, we will nurture you, we'll educate you, but you'll be part of a community. So you're not lonely, doubtful, or insecure when you're trading. That's really important. So we have a much
So can I just ask though, so but for our viewers that have any questions, can they ask on this platform and get an answer from you? Obviously, if they want to go deeper into it, then they will need to engage with you. But would you be able to answer questions and comments after this?
All right, so two things. I'm going to look on my, because I know this is live on Facebook. I'm going to look on my Facebook. If I see a question there, I will answer it. I can't see any there now. Oops.
Yeah, normally we get people viewing this over
people are sharing the video, not asking questions, they're sharing. That's fine. Okay. But if you leave a comment on Facebook today, I promise you, I'll respond to you today. Whatever the question is, either myself or my partners, we will respond to you today and do our best to help you in this COVID-19 situation, create a second or third or fourth stream of income that you, your family, your children deserve. So you have a lifestyle that you can live and not be tied to a 9-to-5 job that you don't really want.
That's fantastic. So that's the second way. We appreciate that. So the third way.
Okay. So the third way is real estate, which I'm involved in as well. So, but before I speak about it, you might be thinking, digital marketing, Forex, property. Does this guy do everything? No. What I do is I'm very smart. I do.
You're very smart. You sound like Trump.
No, I don't sound like Trump.
You're very smart. You are very smart.
What I do is I partner. And that's what you can do as well as a stream of income. I partner with people and groups. And what we do is collectively, we make sure that we create a marketplace, we create a product, and we sell. So for each of these things, there is income that comes in. So for example, I'll give you one example. So there is a partnership I have that from what we've sold out, I make £400 a month from it, and it's residual, which means that every month I make 400 or more from it. Now, if I had 10 of those, or 6 of those, or 5 of those, if I had 5 at 400, that means I'll be making an additional £2,000 a month apart from my normal business, investing almost zero time. That is what you can do, because your friends, your community, they're buying things. The thing that you're not observing is that who are they buying from? If they're buying from that shop or that shop or that shop, the money is going for the products they need, but it's not going to you. But if you position yourself as that person, that gateway, and you just take a fraction, don't get greedy, just take a fraction of it as a joint venture partner, you are making another stream of income. This is how people build residual income. You need to have your core business, and you need to develop partnerships so that you have multiple streams of income, so that in times like this of COVID, you can actually keep on doing things online, and you can still bring in the bread and butter so that you can feed your wife or your husband and your children, and buy them nice hair and clothes so they can look nice like Simi online, and they can smile because that's what our husband is probably doing, etc., etc. So it's a piece of humor, but it's very, very, very real and practical.
No, it is very real and practical. Just to interrupt you there. It's very real and practical. And what I always say is that wealth is important, but actually way beyond the wealth is what you do with it. So what we're talking about residual wealth, we're talking about transgenerational wealth. We're talking about wealth that can change the lives of yourself and people around you as well. We're thinking beyond wealth, which is another of my initiatives. So this is, for me, it's very serious. And I know we're making jokes, but it's very, very serious. And I appreciate the fact that you've outlined some of these things as well. But just to quickly summarize for those that are watching, you don't have to do everything. Just focus on mastering or learning one of them. So we've talked about online marketing of products or services in your community, and try and buy from your community. Try and buy from don't let your friends be selling digital marketing or vitamins, and then you go to Holland and Barrett, or you go to another company that will charge you a fortune. What we call the law of reciprocity means that when you give, you get. So try and invest in people around you, and then they will also invest in you, rather than you sort of wasting your money elsewhere. So that's that one. You talked about Forex trading, and you also talked about joint ventures with real estate, or just real estate in general. So I really appreciate that. Is there anything else for sort of summary wise that you think that we should be thinking about as well?
The last thing that's really important is a thought around real estate. Now, for many people watching this, you might be a commercial tenant, meaning you have a restaurant or you have a hairdressing salon, and you've paid for it, but it's closed now. It's closed. For some of you, you are landlords, and some of you, you're homeowners, some of you, you're tenants, and you can't get your income coming in. Now, I have another partnership with a brilliant partner of mine that is a specialist property lawyer. And some people might have read in the papers, I think it was 2 weeks ago, that Primark, big Primark, have refused to pay their rent, and they're doing it legally. Now, if Primark can do that, and you own a restaurant or you own a cafe, you should understand how the law protects you and what you need to do. Now, if you want to know the right steps, it's not a matter of just saying, I'm not paying, get lost, but the legal steps to take. I have a partner that is absolutely brilliant that outlines how to mitigate and manage your cash flow, whether you're a landlord, homeowner, commercial tenant, or residential tenant. She will advise you correctly on your positioning. And once again, if you want to know how this works, just drop me a message below on this trend, and I will connect you for the next session with this person. Because as a community, what Simi is saying as interdependency and buying from each other, this is how it flows. You have to know. If you don't know what you're meant to say, how are you going to ever give the right advice? And funny enough, even if you wanted to see a lawyer now, have you realized because of this COVID-19, you can't actually go to a lawyer's place. You can't go to Citizens Advice Bureau. The only way you can actually contact a lawyer is via a digital platform like this. So take note that everything that transpires now is going to be digital. So you need to get used to doing your things on Instagram, on Facebook, or using digital platforms to make money, distribute information, and distribute things, right? So I can go on forever, but
yeah, well, we will. Yeah, I'm enjoying. Actually, I'm just looking at you. I didn't want to stop you. I'm really enjoying that.
I'm a bit of a professor.
You are a bit of a professor in this, but one of the things you said, because before this pandemic, people will say, "Oh, I don't like going online. I don't like digital things." This has really made people understand now that you don't have a choice but to understand digital. And even in healthcare, I have colleagues who were saying, "Oh, we don't want to do video consultations." When I started doing this a year ago at my surgery, and within a week, they all learned how to do video consultations. So you have to be able to adapt to change and just be flexible and malleable. But I love everything you've said. But my heart also goes out to people who don't have any disposable income. But what I can hear you say is that start from where you are, even if you have very little. I must give you one testimony in my house. I started a little business because my children love to eat snacks, right? I said, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy a few, I'm going to put it in a certain place, and you are going to have to pay for it. Yes, I'm not going to let you just go and eat that chocolate or that, because it's not good for you anyway. So if you really, really like it, you're going to have to pay for it. This started about 3 weeks ago. We went from starting with about £2 or £3. Now we are at about £14. So we've
Wow.
gone each time it finishes, they'll tell me what they want. Then we go back and buy some more. And then now I said to them, I'm handing over the business to you. So you now need to make sure that £14 grows to £20, £25. The reason why I'm saying this is that all of the things you said are wonderful, but I don't want people that feel like I don't have any disposable income, I don't have anything, to get discouraged. There's some joy that you get from growing the £50 you have and growing it to 200 through unconventional means. And I think what you're saying is that wherever they are, they can still ask you questions. They can still engage with you, and you will still have some response to them wherever they are. Is that correct?
It is. I think also if people can't afford some of these things, what I'm going to do as well is, if you inbox me and you can't afford, I will send you. There's a course I've got that I'm going to give away a course, because that touched a note. I don't really like, thinking that people can't afford things and that's a barrier to success. If you can't afford some of these things, there's a course I have that I'm going to give away for free.
Thank you.
That's for today.
We will share it, please. That's wonderful. If they ask us, then we will get it. Thank you.
Okay. Great. So yeah, I'm happy.
That's lovely. That's really lovely. So nobody's left out, whether you're a multimillionaire or billionaire in the community, or you have very little. We're all trying to achieve the same thing, make an impact in this world and in our lives, and make our lives have meaning to somebody as well. This has been so helpful. I've really enjoyed this as well. I think, thank you for giving me the
Pleasure.
time and giving your time away for free. It's really, really, I'm really grateful for that. Do you have any final points to give before we end this broadcast?
I think, in as much as I'm speaking about finance and wealth, one of the bigger truths is that COVID-19, and you see people dying, but then I've seen many people recover, it makes me appreciate good health. Simi doesn't, I'm going to say this, but those vitamins, they really work. And I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to buy some packs. I'll buy some packs off you. And anyone that asks me from this show, I can send it to them. I think I want to send some, maybe look, let me just do two packs. The first 2 people that ask, I'll post it to them, not because of anything, but because if you observe the people that died, you'd realize you would value your life even more. So I know that the vitamin works. So the first 2 people that ask, I'll buy it off you. I'll post to them. That's part of my give back. So I'm giving back some vitamins. I'm giving a course away today as well.
That's wonderful. You guys have heard it here. Sam has been so generous. So he's given a course for people who don't feel they can afford to do all the bigger things.
Please don't lie. If you can't afford it, only if you can, don't be a mischief maker, please.
Only if you can afford it. And also getting 2 of our vitamins to send to anyone who requires it via great business platforms and Sam Onigbanjo. So that's wonderful. So you guys, thanks very much for watching today. As we've said today, the exit strategy has been published. So think about your own exit strategy. Watch this video back, share it with your friends, ask your questions. You've got 24 hours to get a response from Sam. and engage with him directly if you want to go further in depth into that. So thank you so much again, and have a fantastic weekend.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye. Bye.
Okay, bye. Bye.